The world is a vampire sent to drain. Secret destroyer.
Hey everyone! Yes, I do look rather dreadful today. I went out last night and had something to eat, and I guess it didn't sit well with my stomach, so I'm not feeling too hot today. It's nighttime now. I've mostly slept and just, wallowed in my own misery. Um, Dogs have been sleeping all day in my bed because they're lazy just like me. But I figured that I'm gonna do something a little productive today, if you can call this productive. I'm going to work on doing a quick little tutorial today. I was contemplating doing the headshot, but yeah, I just don't feel like doing that today. So we're going to stick with a basic gash. So like the picture that I will show you here, bam! It's gonna be just a deep gash along your cheek, and hopefully it'll turn out well, because if it doesn't, then I'm gonna be a little embarrassed, because normally I work pretty well, but let's see what happens. Cool.
Wanna go for a ride?
So if you haven't seen my my video talking about the material that I use to do my if you haven't seen the video that I did okay, if you haven't seen the video that I've done covering the materials that I use to do my effects makeup, I would suggest you go watch that before you watch this. I'm gonna speed through what I'm using really quickly, and I'm just gonna show you how to do it, how to apply it, and how it looks good. Okay, so let's begin. Step one. So step one is gonna be really basic. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start with your base paint. What I like to do is, under all of my wounds, I like to do a basic bruising pattern to make it look a lot more realistic. So that's where we're gonna begin. So make sure you clear the area, obviously. It really sucks getting your hair caught in your workspace, especially if you have blonde hair like me, because this stains. Not fun. First things first, you've got an area to work with. You're going to take your paint palette. Woo! So yeah, this is just a really cheap paint palette that I got at a Halloween store. Really cheap paint. It's not too bad though. So we are going to start off, I use my hands. It's a lot easier. It's like finger painting when I was a kid, and it's fun, so I do it that way. You can use, I don't have any here. You can use makeup sponge, makeup brush, paintbrush, anything you want, but honestly, using your hands works a lot better. Okay, so to begin with, you have your array of colors. So what I like to do is, use your index finger. I'm itchy, I'm sorry. I'm gonna just use the red. Okay, so get quite a bit on your finger, right? And then I kind of want it to go along my cheekbone, so feel it, the area of your cheekbone. It's hard to do with it in here. And yes, it's a really angry red. So what you want to do is you want to feather it out and blend it with another finger. I no longer have my cloth. I found my cloth. So you have your red base. Now what you want to do is you want to use your blue. My blue's a little, oops, wrong color. Dirtied with the red, which isn't such a bad thing in this case, but yeah, just be careful. So, I can't get. I think my hands are cold as death today, and that's why they're not working. You know what I mean when I say they're not working. Okay, so I can't brain today. Apparently, I'm a little stupid. My life, but that's okay. We're gonna keep going. I've got the blue. Okay, and yeah, same as last time, you want to feather it in and blend it. This just looks like a really weird rash now. Somebody like tried to slap me and failed absolutely miserably. So, okay, so it's looking pretty bruised-like, right? Okay, so now I'm going to use a little bit of, I'm going to go to my next palette, and just because there's a better brown in it than in the mediocre, really cheap palette, so I'm going to use the dark brown. Just a little bit. If you have a lot on your finger, just wipe the excess off in the palette. Okay. All right. So there's your brown. A little bit of black. I like using black just because it makes it a bit angrier looking. When you're using the black though, it has to be very faint. You can't use a lot of black. And with the black, you can mostly use it along the cheekbone area where the gash is going to be. Like, this bruise is not supposed to be this big. I'm just going to work with it, but I'm going to end up covering a lot of it. Because I f***ed up, but I can fix it. Okay. So, blocking the light, you know, with the light. Okay. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take a bit of cover up. This is my skin tone. This is, I think this is actually a bit lighter than my current skin tone because I'm not this deathly pale at the moment. No, never mind, this is my skin tone. Creamy natural. Normally, in the winter, oh my gosh, this looks awkward. Kind of blend everything in and, you know, make it not as huge. Cover up. Even if you got a even if you're a dude, this stuff is awesome. I'm running really low on it. Most attractive move, I know. I know you are all just, ugh, so turned on by that right now. Okay, so I got some on my hand, right? So blend it in, and my computer decided to go to sleep for a second. Okay, so I got some on my finger. It's kind of really hard to see. Okay, you see it? Okay, we're gonna go over the stuff. It's at a time like this that you could use a makeup sponge. It might make things a little easier. So this is what it looks like now. Really faint. Okay. Step 2. So step 2 is to use your skin putty, and you are going to make you're essentially going to make the scar. It could get interesting if I get frustrated. We're going to take our nose and scar wax. Got lots left. It's not going to last long, but I got lots left. I'm going to use a spoon to take it out. So, gouging spoon. Say that's a pretty good amount. But this is essentially the amount you end up with, that I've ended up with. So, take it. It's extremely malleable stuff. I know I didn't really get to show this last time when I was showing you my materials, but yeah, this is really malleable stuff. So you want to roll it into a ball, okay? So start with rolling it into a ball and then roll it into like a tube shape. Kind of like that. This is like going to kindergarten playing with Play-Doh again, okay? Except you're putting it on your face and it looks really disgusting. And you're going to flatten it just a little, okay? Just a bit. And then it's going to be a pretty big cut. You can size it. You can make the size that you want. It doesn't, it's up to you. And then you're going to start smoothing it. I'm kind of doing it blind right now. Basically what you want to do is you want to smooth and feather it into the skin so that it blends. If you've never used this stuff before, it feels really weird at first. But you get used to it. So you want to smooth it so that there's kind of a ridge. What a lot of people will do is they'll make two separate little snake, dermaputty snakes, and they'll layer them. They'll put like one on top of the other, and then they'll just cut in the middle of them. I don't do that. So yeah, make sure there's a ridge, like you can see where it's raised, like that. Okay, but you want to flatten it. You don't want it to be super raised because then it won't look very realistic. Blah. Don't linger on one spot for too long because it will stick to your hands. A really weird spot. Okay, there we go. It's really disgusting when it gets stuck under your nails. Okay, so you have a nice little scar plaster on your face. Step 3. All right, so for step 3, what you're gonna I can't. For step 3, what you want to do is make the gash. I showed you my pretty little dollar store thing that I bought. You can use that, or sometimes I'll use nail scissors. Be conscious of where you wanted the cut to be. If you want it along your cheekbone, make sure you know where your cheekbone is. And then start slowly. Okay. And little globs of it are going to come off. I would use paper towel and not your cloth, because you're going to be using the cloth to wipe stuff off your face, right? Okay, so yeah, you're digging in. So you got a nice little cut going. So what you can do now, using something narrow like this, you can kind of force it between the cut. Be careful, the stuff will want to come off. Do not let it come off. Oh no! Okay, got it. Just fix that up. Okay, and now pull out a bit. While feathering, you want to kind of pull at it. Like there's a deeper part in the cut. We have a cut in our face. Step 4. So for step 4, we're going to want to reintroduce our paint because, this is all fine and dandy and everything, but now it's just, flesh colored. We kind of want to bruise it and redden it and everything. So what we're going to do first is we're going to work on the inside of the cut. Okay? I was going to lick the paintbrush, but I figured that's not very classy. Okay, so you're going to take your paintbrush, red paint, and you're going to want to go inside of the cut. So you can see how the inside's turning red now. And what I'll even do is I'll run a bit of because I've got a lot of red mixed into my blue, I'll actually work with that. Even some of the brown and the black, some of the brown. Okay. So that's the inside of the cut. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use our fingers again. Finger painting is fun. And so yeah, red. Okay, and you want to dab it on. See how it's a really angry red? Yeah. Okay, so it's really angry red. Oh, the shit's all over my fingers. Follow up with the blue. Use a little bit of purple. It's not very attractive right now, is it? It's a little bright and angry. A little bit of black. Little bit of black. And come in with our handy dandy cover up. And it's not even working. There we go. Okay. So, cover up on our hand. Go around the edges. So it's just, there's a lot of bruising at the top area here. And you have your cut in here. It's not sticking out too badly. You're just going to come in with your paintbrush again. I'd use brown now just because the blood on the inside of your cut, the redness, it's really red, so you want to tone it down a little bit. Use a little black in the deeper cut areas. like I have one here. All right, and we're gonna move on. Step 5. Okay, so this is one of my favorite parts. Now we get to start incorporating the actual blood. It's still under my nails and it's gross. Start with the looks and flows like real blood, incredible blood red color vampire blood. I'm going to dispense a bit of it into the cap. Okay, and we're going to use a Q-tip for this part. Stick it. Poke and prod inside of the cut. Now, if the blood starts dripping down your face, like it is now, that's okay. Just make it look like it's a natural drip. You can catch some of it. Make sure you go around the outsides of the cut as well, the outer edges. Use your finger. Yes, this might stain your fingers. I apologize, but so it's not looking too bad right now, is it? Now, take a little chunk of paper towel, toilet paper, tissue, anything. You can dip it into the blood in the cap. Okay, and go. And then once more, you're going to run through the cut with the finger in. Alright, so I think that's pretty good for now. For now, I think that's pretty good. Okay, and we still got some cover up on our hand, so I'm going to kind of go around and get rid of a lot of the angry brightness. If you mess up, just, you know what, we are going to use our squeeze tube blood, just a little bit of it. Okay, if we go by the natural depth that we've created in the scar, obviously you would see that this is the deeper part. Therefore, that's where a lot of the blood is going to be. I don't really think blood can conglomerate, but that's essentially what I'm trying to go for. Blood. Feel for that area. Yeah. It's easier if you tilt your head to prevent all of it from leaking. Ah! Alright. I think if we start doing anything else, it's just going to harm it. It's going to harm it more than help. So, there we go. Your face has been sliced. And the cool part is, once this actually starts to dry, because the blood will start to dry, it'll still look pretty realistic. It'll just look like your face was slashed an hour ago. I'll get a close-up of it. Okay. Alright. Your face has been slashed. So, there we go. You, hopefully by now, have successfully recreated a deep gash in your face, or wherever else you chose to do it. It's an incredibly versatile effect. You can do this anywhere. I've done the same thing on my neck as if I've been garroted or something. I've done it on my arm. I've done my hand. It actually looks really good on the palm of your hand. I find it looks most realistic on the palm of your hand. Play around with the placement, especially if you are going to have it on your cheek. So, you know, you could go like more diagonally. Just lots of blood on my finger. You could add more bruising, you could have less bruising, more blood, less blood. Especially if you have congealed blood, that would take it to the next level. And just put like congealed blood around the edges, especially in that deep little crevice that I told you about. But yeah. This is incredibly awkward now. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you learned something, and if not, hopefully you were at least entertained. I didn't fail, so that's pretty sweet. So yeah, thanks for watching. Be on the lookout for any new material coming out. I have no idea when. And that's Hugo cuddling with my bear in the background. Bye!